salt.
We actually have a member who did watch some Velma. So yeah.
Yeah, that's false, buddy. It is. It's the exception, not the rule. So, because everybody cries wolf all the time, Velma just gets sucked up in a vacuum because it's the same shit that these anti-woke people complain about. Velma is bad. Velma is bad. It's heavy-handed. It's obnoxious. It disguises itself as meta, but it's just beating the shit out of you with its messaging, and it's not good. I can't tell you what audience it's for, but it's there's a nude shower scene within the first 5 minutes.
Hopefully
just a bunch of cartoon girls.
Oh, damn it.
It's just like the cattiest, most nonsense bullshit I've seen. But I'd love to talk about it, but that space is already covered. So
yeah, I mean, look, you nailed it. Like, it's the exception, not the rule, and they will do that. They do that nonstop. They do it in the comics context. They do it in any context. Like, they will, you know, they say get woke, go broke all the time, but it's like, how can they still believe that when clearly most things, they call everything woke, and a lot of stuff does really well. Well, it's because they zero in their own minds, not even just like rhetorically, in their own minds, they're fixated on these few exceptions, and that to them, that's all they need. Yeah. And they did it with, there's a couple of things in comics that they've done it with.
Superman's not human.
Yes, he is.
He's an alien, for Christ's sake. His Kryptonian biological makeup is enhanced by Earth's yellow sun.
I don't understand it.
Snowflake and Safe Space were never seen in a published comic book. Never once.
Fuckers think that just because a guy reads comics, he can't start some shit?
So that's the example. Snowflake and Safe Space, they were characters that were announced and never published because they were roundly rejected by left and right. You know, like it was an attempt at kind of poking fun at the right by claiming these insults that they'd used against the left, and it just was really cringe and a bad idea, and never saw the light of the day. And yet you will still see comic skaters and stuff have them on their thumbnails.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they use them as the example of modern comics. Like, these are characters that represent modern comic books, even though they've never appeared in a single comic book.
Oh, is this guy like actually just going to be, he's doing the regurgitating thing? Hey man, do you want to come on toward the end of the stream? I'll talk to you if you want to have a conversation about this. Just let me know.
Where are your numbers for She-Hulk?
Yeah, I mean,
how can you prove that She-Hulk was either a success or failure?
But we can ask him later. I don't want to let him derail our show right now. But like, yeah, in about 2-3 hours or something, if you're around, man, I'll send you the link. You can come on and we'll chat. We can see what you know.
I mean, She-Hulk is bad because they all said it was bad. So
nobody's watching the show. Here's 55 videos about that.
Yeah.
I hate this show, and I watched every episode.
Dude, nobody cares about She-Hulk.
It seems like nobody really cares about She-Hulk. That people are begging for Disney to save Daredevil, but they're going to bring him back to promote a garbage series that nobody gives a fuck about. They're using this character and his reveal, his in-costume reveal, in a show no one cares about to get people excited about a show that no one cares about. It seems like nobody really cares about She-Hulk. This is the new Marvel formula. Seems like nobody really cares about She-Hulk.
Here's 200 episodes a week.
Yeah.
Here's
5 years of content on 10 hours worth of show.
I've often got, I don't know about you guys, but I've often got like comments talking about why I so rarely ever like make video essays on shows or movies that I don't like. And it's so simple. When I start watching a show I don't like, I stop watching.
Yeah,
and I move on to something I will.
How dare you, sir?
I've been called a shill for that reason. You're like, you're a shill. It's like,
what
you mean because I
the
don't.
Polar opposite of what it means.
Dude, when I sometimes do a versus on a movie I don't like, it is so much work. It is not fun. I prefer to do it on the movies I like.
Why don't you run full speed into a wall?
I almost got caught in it like a couple months ago because I used to make these videos called like Why It's Great, where I just looked at movies that I really like that aren't that popular, and then I just like talked about why I liked it. And I wanted to do the opposite, where it's like the worst movies of all time, and just like try to find the worst movies. But it was just miserable. I was sitting there like pausing, writing like notes, being like, "Oh, this is bad," because it was just miserable. Like, and it's if you like analyzing movies that you don't like, that's fine, right? But like this whole thing of like making hate content on something, but like watching it all the way through, like, and obviously I understand why, right? It's like for money, but like the channels who do it, right? But like, why would you want to be a part of a community, like that?
Well, because
it's not healthy. First of all,
it's a psychology thing too that I've put a lot of thought into it. Like, just like, so it's vulnerable to express appreciation and connection with something. It makes you vulnerable, so like to say, oh, I love this show, I really relate to the character, that that kind of thing. And also you have to kind of know how to express yourself. You kind of have to have some level of media literacy to express why a show or a movie is, does something well or whatever. So it's literally bottom of the barrel, low effort. You don't have to have any fucking understanding of anything or even be able to express yourself beyond woke. It's woke, and that's all it takes. And so like those two things together, the fact that that's true, and then also that it makes fucking money, there you go. That explains where we're at.
And I feel like one of my biggest, when people ask me why I call like these channels not fans, like I'm like, these aren't fan channels. And it's so simple. It's because they never talk about the things they're a fan of in a positive way. You can criticize the things that you like, right? If there's a Star Wars movie I don't like, I can criticize it, right? But these people never talk about the things they do like. They mention offhand, like, oh, this isn't as good as the original Star Wars trilogy. And then they move on to still diss the sequels, right? They'll never just make a video why I love A New Hope. Like, because that won't do anything for them.
That doesn't move the algorithm there.
Is that what you do, Ross? You make streams about streamers you don't like? That's cool. I imagine he was trying to be sarcastic, or like, saying that's what we're doing. But
say that's what we're doing, but when something's false and you know it to be false, you try to correct it.
And when something's harmful and you know it to be harmful, it's not like we're not just going, I don't like this streamer, let's make it. I don't like him, his face is funny, so let's talk about him. Like,
it's not about like or dislike, it's about wrong.
Wrong,
incorrect.
There's a lot of YouTubers I don't like watching. I'm not making a video on them. I might move on, like if they're just doing their thing, like,
some of these guys are actually, if you can separate for a moment what they're doing from it, they're actually kind of entertaining, like in a way, like it's kind of frustrating that like there's a few of them, I won't say who, but if they did something else, they'd probably be talented enough to be successful at it. You know what I mean? Like a different type of content. But anyway, sorry, did I derail everything?
Yes, we are all derailed.
I just got confused because I saw a channel called Turf Nation.
That's what
I was like, huh? But there's no capital N. It's not me, people.
Oh my god.
I just assumed you were posting something random.
And it's also my old profile picture. So
yeah, that's not the cool one that you have now.
Yeah, the one that Bob made for me.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
No, the one that Dane was.
You're welcome.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Dane makes very cool art.
I do.
Graphics.
Yeah, it's not art by any means.
Well, it's a different kind of art, but like it's I feel like by saying art, people would think like, oh, like drawings. At least that's my naive brain. But yeah, the graphics is art, and you make cool graphics. So yeah. Dane the artist.
So taking over Hollywood with their Lieutenant Ryan Kendall, that's interesting. Like, so is this you're saying this is like a fascist play that they've made, where they just straight up militarized the Phantom Menace and they took over the entirety of Hollywood? That's cool.
With their $804 movies.
That's terrifying.
Oh god, and Star Wars Theory cannot write for shit. It's gonna be so bad.
Epic verse. I'm sure it'll be amazing.
Yeah, good. Is
Well,
that like it's Epic Verse is the new MCU in that year, right?
Like, imagine writing, but
It
like
seems
part
that, we
of
might
part
have
of
a
your
sequel.
writing is that you can't do anything woke. So like that's just your style. Like there's nothing to that. I mean, that's how you end up with ISOM. You just avoid wokeness.
I mean, have you guys?
I don't shop at fucking Whole Foods, man. That's just too expensive.
You
I mean,
better
have you
not
heard that-
use recycled paper for your comics because that's woke.
Yeah,
You're worrying about the
cut down a
planet.
tree for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really
We
excited for
actually
Alpha.
cut down extra trees.
I'm really excited for Alpha Core 3 Blue. I feel like it's going to be better than green and red.
It'll be the best one yet.
Alpha Core. Oh, you mean that product that sponsors this show. Bumblebee Seafood partnered with Ripaverse Comics to give you the coolest food-based promotional superheroes since Combo Man. Alpha Core.
Bumblebee Foods and 2 employees are now charged after a California worker was cooked in an industrial oven with tons of tuna.
Based on albacore tuna. Solid white, just like the Ripaverse fan base.
Thank you. Thank you.